Gordon joined our party! The Sunfire moves to Eagle's torch. Oh, are we getting more drama? Last time they managed to finish the dreadnought, which is super fun, which is why the airship's off the table. The Emperor bombed a bunch of stuff and he's now prepared the dreadnought, which is supposed to basically annihilate the world's population. First, Chocobo theme. This is the first time we get Chocobos in the Final Fantasy series. I gotta save Princess Helva. This is south. This is not north. Well, hello, my little content gremlins, and welcome to another Unlucky Clover stream. It is so fantastic to be here today. I'm having a delightful day, which should shock no one, considering I posted probably, my first, production-y video, and it was received really, really well. So I'm just really stoked that people are responding well to it. I am so beyond excited to get started on the second video. If anybody who is here today was here on Wednesday, whatever you saw on Wednesday did not happen. We are in a new timeline. Did I run all the way back to the dreadnought only to learn that you cannot leave the dreadnought after you've entered the dreadnought? Yes. Do I like that as a game design element? Yes. Did it trap me with, no MP and 2 potions and I just need to go and stock up better? Yes. So, we are losing an hour of time. That timeline no longer exists. We're gonna save over it at our earliest convenience. And I think I'm gonna pop back to probably all the way to Altair. Just to grab some basics, look at our stat line a little bit. For those of you that have joined me for other Final Fantasy II streams before now, I do have some conflicting feelings about 2. 2 is a game that I don't think I really appreciated the first time I played it, nor do I think I was trying to give it a chance the second time through, but I genuinely think I struggled with the fact that I absolutely re-fell in love with 1. So 1 being as what I think structurally sound, beautiful, easy to engage with as it is, means that going to 2, a game that I had a little bit of a hard time playing last time, I immediately had a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. But it is purely because it is different. I think that a lot of sequels suffer really intensely from trying to be a quote-unquote better version of what the first one was. So being however you want to denote that, being better overall, being better visually or plot-wise, but at the end of the day, essentially having the same structure, the same bones. A really good example of this in my mind, especially because it is a series that is incredibly close to my heart, is Fable. I think Fable 1 is a beautiful game, and Fable 2 is Fable 1 again, but different. And as somebody who absolutely, insanely loves Fable and Fable 1, I had a great time with Fable 2. But I don't think it's necessarily a better game. That might be a hot take. Granted, I have not played Fable 2 in a really long time, but I think a lot of sequels suffer from a very similar syndrome. Very, very sequel syndrome coded is what I have said in the past. So, all of that being said, I am finding a love and appreciation for this game in a way that I had not previously. The last time that I tried to play through 2, it wasn't my speed. It wasn't my tempo, So I think giving it a fair shake, I think trying it again and really falling in love with certain elements of it has been really fun for me. Granted, Oh, did I click on something by accident? Yeah. Granted, I don't remember all of it. So we are still, like, I might not like it at the end of the day when it comes down to, like, the plot. You know, like, I forget how this ends. Another super fun thing about my brain is it does, I don't know if it's the brainworms or the you know, prolonged other issues that have sort of, like, eaten away at my brain, the full internet brain rot, whatever it may be. But I do have a habit of forgetting plot elements. A Forarachos. A Forest Rakos? I gotta see the naming conventions on these birds, man. But, yeah. So, I do have a tendency to forget a lot of things. But all of this with a heavy grain of salt. But, because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna have a fine-tuned, perfect understanding of even what I think of this game until I've sat down, thought about it, wrote about it, put all my metrics together, whatever. So that's the long and short of it. Anyway, welcome. I hope you're having a great time with all of that gobbledygook that just came out of my mouth. So yeah, let's take a look at our boys here. No, not formation yet. Get out of here. Get out of here. And a mighty Kupo to you as well. Hi, welcome. Very good to see you. Glad you could make it to stream. I apologize if there are any issues. My internet has been wilding out for a while now, and I just have not gotten in contact with my provider. Oh, well, good morning, Mother. A nice good morning at this 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay, so we are gonna go take a look really quick. Hey, love to hear it. I mean, look, a lot of that content, immensely cringy, but so is this. So you know what? Look, we take it, we take it. Thanks for engaging with the content. It's crazy that putting up that Final Fantasy 1 video got as much love and attention as it did. I'm really excited. I just genuinely really love talking about these games. So, you know, it's really nice to be able to share that with other people who have the same... Look, I agree. I think most performance in, like, a lot of ways is very cringe, and I think once you accept that, and you can, like, live with your truth that as a performer and entertainer, like, just being out loud and in public is cringe, you've gotten a little closer to the perfection of whatever your art form is. Alright, so let's see here. Prior to right now, I hadn't been playing... Somebody left a comment that was like, play 2 very intentionally. And I've been thinking about 2 a lot. I messed up on Wednesday when I was streaming and played it. So we're gonna just take it back a step. We're gonna look at everything. We're gonna take a minute to truly get a little bit more connected to our team in 2, I think. Because, you know, sometimes when I'm playing on stream, 2 brain cells active. 2 guys talking to each other, nothing else is happening. So, I do want to look a little bit at what I actually have trained up as far as the XP system. I feel mixed about it. I understand that it's like what set off the Saga mechanics, which is really cool that it's sort of like the branch of a different set of Square games. But I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't think it's like, especially because I have we'll get into it. We'll get into it. I have a lot of thoughts about handing you Minwoo as your first party member. If you're familiar. Sorry for any spoilers if you're not familiar with 2, but I assume if anybody is binge watching Final Fantasy 1 VODs on YouTube, you're probably at least a little bit familiar with 2. Okay. So let's take a look. Obviously, I've been hitting fairly frequently with Guy. With everybody. Yeah, everybody's been moving their strength up. Axes, swords, staves. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Let me know how you guys are doing in chat. I'm having a great day. Today's just been a really nice day, so... Had to tear myself away from the newest Smosh Bit City video. I really love comedy bits, improvisational comedy, like stuff like that. So I think the like new Smosh Bit City series is really fun. I have kind of mediocre taste when it comes to certain creators, but I have my tried and true, so. That was what I was rocking before coming on here. Okay. Cool. So Gordon, relatively balanced. Yeah. Yeah, no, there are certainly ways to work around the system here. And that's kind of like, that's part of why I think a lot of these playthroughs I'm just going through to get, like, game footage. Because if I played in some of the ways that, like, you can play these games, hey, maybe we'll do a weird, high stat grind for some of the characters at some point. Alright, let's see. Y'all are doing alright? Yeah, widespread. I have not been super cautious with how I've played them. Yeah. You know what? I keep saying, like, I'm gonna change the way I'm playing and I'm gonna be more conscientious and careful. And I just, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. I don't know. Maybe I will, but I think for the time being, at least. Hey. Oh my god, yeah, no, exactly. That's the thing, too, is that kind of grind, like, while incredibly powerful, it makes the rest of the game a very, very fun, just plot trot. I personally, especially when trying to entertain an audience, I am not 100% sure I could lead a 65-hour grind excursion. Oof. You know, our Final Fantasy I playthrough went pretty smoothly. I'm trying to think of how long it took, and I'm not even really quite sure. Then again, I find, like, a lot of Final Fantasies are incredibly well-paced. To a certain extent. Like, I think the random encounter rate in this one does leave a lot to be desired. I really do want to compare it to, like, 3 and 4 is the problem that I'm running into, too. Where I am trying to play them all in one continuous go, one stream, so that I, like, actually do have all of that base for videos. Oh, excuse me. But, it just means that there's parts of me that I want to talk about other things, and it just doesn't feel right yet, especially because I haven't put, like, some of them I haven't played in 5 years. Yeah. Are you playing the Pixel Remaster? Because I know the Pixel Remaster changes some of those spawn rates. I know when I was doing I was trying to 100 the first Pixel Remaster. I went through and some of, okay, shit. Cause some of the spawn rates on those were a little wild, but not crazy. Like, I was looking through guides at the time when I was trying to get my bestiary filled. Hey, Jen! How are you doing today? Glad to see you. For you and my mother in chat, what you saw on Wednesday didn't happen. Didn't happen. New timeline. New timeline. Okay. Yeah, exactly, thank you. Thank you. I streamed on Wednesday? No, I didn't. We caught up. It was a just chatting stream. I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah. Cause, turns out you get on that dreadnought. I mean, it makes sense that you cannot leave the dreadnought with all of the enemies from a completely different empire on it without, you know, like, giving up the gig. I have a lot of opinions on 3. And I really do wonder if my full evaluation of the games in general is going to change my opinions on 3 the same way it's changed my opinions on 2. And I'm not sure yet. Because 3, I genuinely loved all of the characters. I loved the plot so much. But the job system does make it a little crunchy. A little crunchy for sure. Oh yeah, no worries, Jen. Just let me know when lunch is done, what tasty meals you've cooked up. I always love hearing the lunch menu. I think I played, okay, so the first time that I played a lot of these games, I played, like, ROMs and emulators. So a lot of them were weird mixes, strange, like, grabbed from strange points in time. So I can't really tell you, like, when I played, like, which versions I've played prior to the Pixel Remaster. Because, look, they're on hard drives that are gone from this earth. But the 3D version of 3 is pretty rough. Ooh. French onion soup is a magical food. French onion soup it's like tonic for the soul. I love French onion soup so much. French onion soup appreciation hour. Yeah, that's fair. When I started my first 3 playthrough, I knew nothing about it. I played them all probably within like 2 weeks while I was in college. And I ran through them. Ooh. Look, if you make a vegetarian-friendly French onion soup, you will have moved up to best friend territory. I will owe you my soul if you make me a really good French onion soup. That's how it works. Yeah, so, like, I went into 3 with, like, because I don't really love looking into the games before playing them, especially with Final Fantasy, because I trust them. But also, yes, we do have to plan a visit, because I'm very excited to see your new space. But, oh yeah, this is Finn, not Altair. Can I? No, you can't get into the inn here, but I can probably just go to the shop, which is fine. Yeah. No, it's absolutely true, and I think that was what really took me out of it the first time I played. Like, I wasn't prepared for a spike like that. I got through 1 super easy. 1 is, like, one of those games where it doesn't, especially with, like, some of the changes that were made over time, does not have the same teeth that it used to. Like, the first release of 1 had some teeth on it, but I think, like, as the iterations came out, it got easier and easier. 2, you feel difficulty spikes. The difficulty spikes are, really felt when you reach certain points in this game. But 3's rough. 3's a little rocky. So we'll get there. We'll talk about it. I've got opinions. And then again, like, I don't think there's a problem with harder games. I just think some of the elements that increase that difficulty are a little bit difficult to sort of, like, come to terms with, I think, as far as, like, game design. But then again, like I said, I probably haven't played 3 in 5 years or so. So, again, a lot of this is just gonna need some refreshing. For sure. No. Yeah, I really do think after 4, once you leave that initial generation of Final Fantasy games, I think you see a significant decline in difficulty. And it's funny, because I think even from 3, like, you do start to see the segmentation of the games via generation, like, console generation and design generation. Like, a lot of those schemes are really easily broken into their disparate, like, generations of games, and I think 1 through 3 are a very distinct bunch. So yeah, we're definitely gonna get into that too once we hit more of the series. Yeah, look. I think that's true. Like, I think a lot of the games that have since gotten any sort of update have sort of seen a similar... Oh yeah, I should be... Just because I can. Just so he gets better. Ooh, I also gotta give... I forgot that... So I know a lot of people say don't make all of your party members all-rounders, because it's a bad look. And granted, it is. I'm not gonna deny that, it's not the best way to play this game. But I do genuinely enjoy giving all of my characters at least the option to utilize magic, so it's like, you know, if you come up against something that's hard locked against melee attacks, you can still be doing 4 damage with a fire. But hey, like I said, I don't do a lot of research while I'm doing the playthroughs. I mostly do, like, my actual, like, game theory and other research afterwards, so that I have time to, like, sit with my own feelings and thoughts on it. Yeah, see, like, 2's been my least favorite for a while, and I don't know if that's gonna change, because the ones I haven't touched yet, being the clause there, are 11, which I do want to see if I can get any access to any kind of 11 gameplay. I know it's an MMO, so it doesn't really matter. 12 and 13. And then everything else I've had my claws in. So at least for a little bit. I didn't play a lot of 15, but I did play it when it came out. So it wasn't like a game yet. So I do want to give it a second chance. And 16, I made it a decent way through, but I have a lot of feelings on 16, which I think are again being lightened by the fact that, like, just playing through all the games in succession, 16 has a lot in common with 2, and I think that was where I was getting a lot of, like, my distaste. I don't know. We'll get there. I feel like I'm gonna be saying we'll get there for a while, but we will. We'll get there. We'll get to 12. Anyway, let me get the fuck out of Finn. I don't need to be in Finn. Let's go to Altair and get some shit done. Or we could go to Galtrea. Galtrea is a good stopping point. So yeah, 2 for a very long time was very, very low on my list. But we are... It's rising. It's rising in the ranks, I think. I still don't think it's gonna get higher than a B on a tier list, if I'm being completely honest. But I have to sit with my feelings on it for a while. Okay. What other games, Midnight, do you enjoy? Like, obviously, you're big on Final Fantasy, but like, what are your other big flagship gaming interests? I'd love to know. I'm not sure if we're gonna touch on Lightning Returns in the main series, but we're definitely gonna hit on sequels and spin-offs down the road. Look, again, like I said, I love nothing more than talking about this franchise, so this could go on for a while. Alright. Let's buy some shit. Let's stop wasting time and buy some stuff. We got really boned in that dungeon, so I do think I'm gonna bite the bullet and just buy a bunch of stuff. I've only played the first Dragon Age, which I absolutely love. I think it's those. Yeah, let me just double check. Fun fact, I Google everything, and I Google everything a lot because I'm always worried I'm wrong about something. Yeah, yeah. I played Dragon Age Origins. Absolutely loved it. Beautiful game. Love that so much. Wanted to play the next one in the series. It's straight up one of my husband's least favorite games. So he was like, I'm probably not gonna watch you play it. So I put it, like, I was just like, oh, I'll play it eventually. I just haven't picked it up since. So, I get you. Origins, though. Origins is chef's kiss. Okay. Antidotes were big. There are so many were critters. We just gotta... We're gonna tank it. I hate buying this much stuff, especially in... Oh god, I forget his reasoning. I'll have to ask him and let you know. But, does not like it. Does not enjoy it. God, I can't remember why. I think it was specifically, like, one or two character interactions he just couldn't get behind. He's a man of black and whites. If something hits him the wrong way, he's not a fan. A lover of Final Fantasy, though, so. To be fair, I'm going to credit him with getting me into the series, but I have now since played far more of it than he has. So I can very confident in that point. Yeah, I don't need eye drops. I accidentally took a screenshot. Yeah, no, but I'll let you know. I'll report back. And now the trailer for the next one doesn't look great. If I'm being perfectly honest, it looks fun. It does look fun. It doesn't look great though. But then again, like, I have a tendency to keep my bars very, very low, very close to the ground, because I hate getting my hopes up, because that's usually when I'm disappointed. Like, I've since come to be very, very fond of Fallout 4, but when Fallout 4 came out, I was devastated. I was like, this is the worst game I've ever played. It's not. But I was upset. I was upsetty spaghetti about it. Alright. We bought a decent chunk of stuff. Would better gear help us? Probably. Let's equip some magic. I know I have a bunch of tomes. A bunch of tomes I have not used. Exactly. So, you know, bar low, and then when things inevitably fail, you won't be nearly as upset. Look, that was just an early example of the one of many consoles that was not going to be making, and was not made for this world. Of course, Ma. I'm very happy that you're here, even if you're lurking, and caffeine is the way to go. Especially if you got stuff to do. Especially if you got stuff to do with one arm. So, you know, please be careful. And also hydrate. Supplement your coffee intake with other beverages. I'm here for your health. Also, you know, guys, let me know if there is sort of a dip in quality, because then I might need to hop off for a second and double check everything, because my internet connectivity is mid. Unfortunately. So, if that happens to be the case, let me know. We'll try to fix it. Okay, yeah, so... I don't have any hands-on experience with the Saturn, so I'll take your word on it. I'll take your word on it. Look, I'm sure you and people who love the Wii U have a lot in common. Yeah, you know, pirates. Hey, pirates have one arm. We'll give you a little hook. It'll help you get stuff done around the house. Oh, Jesus. I believe it. I buy it. That makes sense. Oh yeah, we have lurkers, so I am gonna have to, say what you said out loud to make sure people who are away from their keyboards or their screens can keep up with the conversation. I am not used to being a good streamer. I'm used to having like 2 people in chat, and they're mostly just people that are related to me, so. We're learning, we're learning. I thought we had another fire tome that I gave to Mr. Gordon, Mr. Gordita Crunch. But it appears that is not the case. I'm gonna give Maria silence. I'm gonna give Guy Asuna. That's what I did last time. Blink, I'm giving to Furion. Oof, shots are being fired. Yeah, I might, at some point, look, the consoles that died, the consoles that lost the wars, that might be a fun, interesting topic to touch on. Hi, Nimlouth. Welcome, welcome. Very happy you're here. Yes, I am so excited. Like I said, there's literally nothing I love more than talking about Final Fantasy. So, you know, it's great to have people here. It's great to have people excited. Let me know what other games. We were just talking about other games that we liked in chat. To kind of get on the train of, like, obviously we're all here for Final Fantasy. We're gonna talk a lot about Final Fantasy, but I want to know what else people in chat like, especially because there's a lot of time. There are a lot of games to play. Let me stop just engaging and play the game as well. But very much, very, very much a fan of all of this. Just really genuinely excited to have people here. Alrighty. Yeah, alright. We'll give Maria Scourge as well. I know we're getting close to her cap. 9 is my favorite. I'm currently playing post game for 10, getting really into Comlands content, and 10-2, playing 10-2 for the first time in my spare time. So very much on the Final Fantasy train in all aspects of my life. I have been meaning to pick up the Dragon Quest series. One of my friends who also streams loves the Dragon Quest series, and I told her we should exchange games at some point. Swap them out. Thank you. Thank you. Look, 9 is... Oh, I have so many things to say about 9, and I don't wanna just sit here and gush about 9 while we should be thinking about 2. Don't look at me weird. I have cats, so excuse me if I occasionally look over camera right and say something disparaging. Or dote uncontrollably at them, is what it is. Alright, let's see. I don't want to go in as unprepared as I was last time, but I do think this, you know what we should buy? We should buy, depending on how expensive they are, a cottage or tent or sleeping bag or... Perfect. Cottage. Perfect. You know what? I know we can't use them in the dreadnought, but I do think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and buy 2 cottages now. And we're gonna buy some ether. Because ether is what really, I think, would have saved that last time. I need to stop neglecting my, my purchases here. I know. I know. It's shocking. 1, I don't give off the aura of someone with cats. 2, nothing about my stream setup gives off cat energy. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so you're gonna see a lot of them. I know for those of you that have been binge watching the VODs, you've already seen them. You're gonna see so much more of them. They were here on Wednesday. I mean, not on Wednesday, not when we weren't streaming. Yes, thank you, sir. Sorry for the ads. Yes. Yeah. I don't know if you're here through the ads, but I'll talk through the next 30 seconds about it. But yes, it does. So a lot of we're just gonna attack though, because while I want to get their skills up as far as magic usage, I do want them to hold on to their MP. Because I don't want to hit back to a town. I don't want to have to grind it out. I think we can tackle the dreadnought. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm not sure if we have what it takes in us to tackle the dreadnought. But that is what it is. But yes, the Pixel Remaster does still have the skill rise equivalent to usage of skill usage. Yeah. Enjoy. Sounds fun. We were talking about that earlier. Midnight Night. I hope you don't mind I call you Midnight, not Floyd. I usually just tend to take the first word of everybody's username, but let me know if you guys have preferences. I have mixed emotions about it. I like it and I hate it. And I think that, honestly, you know, some people talk about not having everyone on your team be an all-rounder. Like, very much, training very specific things. And I do agree that in a lot of instances that is incredibly helpful. But blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's the other thing. It is watered down. But that's, we were talking about that too, where a lot of the remasters and basically every iteration of the games post their initial releases feel a little bit like they dulled the teeth on them, which is not the worst thing. Because, like, look, while I would still play a game that detracted from the skills I wasn't using, I do have a good time not having to deal with that. But also, yes, this man's man is a gender-neutral term, by the way, for anybody in chat, is grinding like crazy, and I respect it. But, we're not on that same level here. We're getting gameplay footage. We're getting gameplay footage for a dissecting video essay, and I'll stand by that. Okay, like I said, it's nice to see our mages with a couple more spells, though. I hadn't set them up prior to the dreadnought last gameplay session. Yeah, no, it doesn't sound super fun. Like, I personally have not, I'm pretty sure I have not played that version of the game, and that I'm glad for it, to be honest. Because there's already so much in this game, I feel like, that makes you feel weak. You know, like, it very purposefully. Very purposefully. But I do think that, like, in certain aspects that can go a little too far, especially for JRPG. Yeah, also fair. Yeah, man, I'm okay. Like, I think I'm good without making sure that every single one of my characters gets hit within a fight. Oof. Honestly. Look, sometimes you do just need to reload. That's not what we're doing today. That is not the case. Don't know what the rest of you heard. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just making sure that my mouse was not being captured. Because I don't know if y'all caught it, but in some of the gameplay footage, most heinously in my mind, the gameplay, the like one of the cutscenes, you can see my mouse scroll off screen. And I was like, I'm not gonna go through the effort to fix that. So, I'm glad that I've turned that off, but it desperately bothered me. Just some behind the scenes. Learning a little bit about me and how anal I am about very specific things. I don't know who I haven't attacked yet. That's fine. Ugh. You know, Final Fantasy is by far my favorite franchise. Mass Effect is up there. Fable is up there. I guess you could say because Octopath has 2, Octopath is now up there. So sorry gang. We got some slippage, we got some skip outs, some dropped frames. It happens. Let me know if you guys are still, if I'm still here. Dude, so okay. A little bit of lore on me for those of you that don't know or haven't caught it in any of my VODs. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mom. I did not have access to a whole lot of video games as a kid. So I had Fable, and I played the shit out of Fable. I played so much Fable. It was crazy. So Fable really is core to my childhood. Yeah, it's probably me. Like I said, we usually have our computer hooked up to an Ethernet cable, but for whatever reason, when I have OBS running and it like just hardwired into my router, boring shop talk, it puts me through a very specific Twitch server that is not good. Like, people have just said, like, this Twitch server is not good, and it, like, drops a lot of shit. Whatever. Anyway. So between Simpsons Road Rage, one of the Tomb Raiders, and Fable, that was pretty much, like, all of my video game experience prior to turning 18. Like, prior to being basically an adult. Whoa, the mobile app is working? That is crazy. That's crazy. Alright, let's talk to this man. And tell him we're rebels so that he tries to kill us. That seems like a smart idea, and not like we could just be like, no, we're meant to be here on the dreadnought, we're working, I promise. Also, I love how this guy, we kill him so that he doesn't have a chance to tell any of his friends. Yep. It's the New York server. There's a New York Twitch server that is notoriously bad. I am in that general area, and it sucks butts. It destroys my stream every time, so... Yeah, you have. Unfortunate for you. You've gotten to see me be just as bad over the course of 20 plus years. Alright, let's beat this guy up. I had a Game Boy Color. I had a Game Boy Color, and I had an OG Xbox, and that was it. Oh, and I eventually got a Wii. And, I think my Wii had basically, like, I don't know if I had anything for the Wii that wasn't just Wii Sports or discount bin Wii games. Hey! We're back. We're back. Lara Croft was a lot of fun. Tomb Raider was a lot of fun. I've heard the mobile has a lot of issues. Look, the Game Boy Color was... I had a good time with my Game Boy. But also, just remember, guys, my stream is glitchy as shit. So, like, if you're having issues, let me know so that I can make sure that it's nothing on my end. Okay, cool. We're back in the dreadnought. We're here. We're hopefully not going to lock ourselves into an unbeatable game again. Okay, if I remember from not Wednesday, but rather 5 years ago, you don't know any better, except for the some of you that do. All of those rooms back there are dead ends, so I can just grab that chest and move on. You know, that's the other thing I feel like really bad. I don't have a good grasp on how good or bad the Twitch apps are, because I will usually just have it rolling in the background while I'm editing, so I'm not paying much attention. And the rare peaks of silence and lack of visuals usually just don't track in my brain. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna hope that doesn't happen again, because that wasn't super fun. I already don't have, like, the highest hopes, but we're gonna... fingers crossed here. Look, if we fuck it up again, that just means I'm gonna pretend it's fine, have a little, I don't know, like 5-minute weep, and then I'll just do an hour and a half of content again. But, you know, after grinding out some gills, so that I can grab some extra potions and shit. Agree. Agree. Hell yeah, boys. Hell yeah, boys. Yeah, I have no idea why anyone would accuse me of doing this recently. Fates? Oh, I see you. I see you, I hear you. Just everybody, if you don't occasionally take a moment to, like, picturesque or just, you know, goblin mode, blobfish face, weep in a garden, in a dark room, wherever, you'll feel so much better. You will, I promise. And it has to be a weep. You have to, there's a specific feeling there. It's not a wail. It's not a sob. Weep. Definitely darker the better. If I can see a crack from my window, it's wrong vibe. Wrong vibe. Either that or you need to know you're completely alone. Mm-hmm. Dark shower, a river in the middle of a forest somewhere. Perfect places for weeping. I'm not sure about the Rebel Scum comment, but that's interesting, and I will look that up. The Rebel Cur to Rebel Scum translation thing, because that's fun, and if that is the case, it'll be a good little joke at some point. Now, you know what? We're gonna attack with you, we're gonna magic with you. Do you have fire? No, you do not have fire. I don't know if Thunder's gonna do it. Oh, you have fire. I'll have Guy do fire. Love Guy. Guy is my favorite character from this game. I don't think that's a hot take. Yeah. Excellent. Motivated into Goblin mode is the best thing I could hope for, so I'm glad. I would 100% believe that. Midnight, if you're right on that point, I would 100% believe that. Because there's no one more litigious than a Mr. Lucas. Hey! Maria has a brother who's missing. And then there's also Leon who's missing. And Furion who's dressed cool. You know, things about them that are important, obviously. It was so funny when I was picking this game back up. I was trying to differentiate things about it from 3 because, like, I've said it a couple of times now. I played them all. Your Leon is actually Squall joke got me, and I'm ashamed of that. I played them in such quick succession that a lot of, like, the boundaries between 2 and 3 got lost for me, so I was trying to remember which one this was, and I was like, I'm pretty sure the only reason I remember this game is because they take one of your characters away in Act 1 and you never get him back. And that was all I could remember. So, you know what? If one thing can be said about Leon, is his absence, his absence speaks for him. I also combined a lot of 1. On that note, Midnight, I did combine a lot of 1 and 2. Specifically the maps. Yeah, specifically the maps. But I think for me, 1 had a lot more standout moments. Like, I think Mount Golg, for me, is like one of those maps, like, that just stood out for me. That, Bahamut's Butthole Islands. Like, there are a lot of little things that my brain really stuck to with 1 that I did not have quite the same affinity for in 2. Like, I didn't even remember the Chocobo Forest, which, how could I not remember the Chocobo Forest, guys? Dude, I'm not gonna speak on it, because I straight up do not know if some of the things that I think I remember from 3 are from 2. Because, like, 3's a little bit of a missing piece in my brain. It's true. It's true. You get that deep sulfuric Bahamut smell on his little butt islands. And they do say that smell is the most important sensory memory. Yeah. But there are some story standout moments in 3. I'm trying to think of them now, but, you know, there are some. Yeah. There's some stuff in there. Which, I think 3 having some super dumb moments. Super dumb moments are so... I love the, like, just silly, goofy, fun times of some of the Final Fantasies. I think that is another one of those things that makes this franchise so special, where it's just, like, it doesn't really always take itself so serious. It's like, yes, we had a bunch of genocide happen in this game, but guess what? We're also still gonna be a little silly goofy, and I love that. Hey. The Sleep Blade. Yeah, look, we're, as soon as we're done with 2, we're gonna jump right back into 3, probably, so if you're here for some reminders, if you want to play along, guess what, gang? That's all on the table. We could have a little club. Also, what do I have equipped on everybody? Because it's probably not great. I don't love that for you, sir. Why would that be the optimal? I also absolutely hate the optimal system on here. I'm absolutely just, I hate it. I hate it. Yeah, look, I don't think we're gonna have a good time playing 3, but we're certainly gonna play it. Hey, eventually, I do have a Discord. Eventually, we can actually do just like a Discord thing and have like some play along time and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. No worries, no worries. I can't spell, so reading through just very, very small, detail-oriented, mistypes is super easy for me. Agree to disagree, but like I said, I really do think I need to give everything sort of the benefit of the doubt here, and try- I'm gonna do all- I do this every time. I'm gonna let it do optimal for everybody, and then hate it and change it. Yes, I hate that. Thanks for nothing. Also... I don't have gloves for you yet? What is wrong with me? You know what? I hate it so much everybody's going. We're going remove all for everybody. We're in the middle of a dungeon, but this is what we're doing today. That's also true. Fates for 3. Your expectations being low is very, very good. The lower your expectations for 3, the more fun you're gonna have. There are so many strange workarounds with weapons and armors game to game with specific things. So like that doesn't sound super appalling to me. That doesn't sound super appalling to me. Like the way I play 1 is some people find a little baffling, which I think is funny because I think the way I play 1 is pretty consistent with the way that it's intended to be played, not to be that guy. But, you know, I think it's quite interesting, the how and the why. Oh. I keep hitting the wrong button, that's why I'm confused. I was out here like, why is it swapping? What? It's just me being bad at this. Trying to focus on 2 places at once is hard. Okay. Okay, we're on track. You don't need leather gloves yet. Nah, you don't need leather gloves yet. You're fine. I really should have gotten everybody better shit before he came in here, but... It's fine. It's fine. Sorry, I'm just looking at the evasion and magic interference and if it's worthwhile to not have some of this on her, but I think she's fine for now. That's also true. The versions adding a little bit of spice to discussions when you're trying to figure out what strats to use and stuff. Like I said, I probably could not tell any of you what version of 2 I played previous to this. It wasn't the Pixel Remaster, but I don't know what it was. So, you know, because I played a lot of pirated, ripped stuff. Which I think is why I was like, look, we're sticking to the Pixel Remasters. I know that there are a lot of differences, but when it comes down to it, sorry, I'm just looking at my guy here. Tempted to give Guy... I'm tempted to roll Guy more into magic. Give him the second staff to avoid the magic interference. Okay, Fates, spoilers, tips, and backseating. Hey, Deckard Pat, thank you so much. Glad you're here. Very, very glad to have you. Thank you for enjoying it, for coming to hang out. We are obviously playing 2 and just kind of hanging, chilling. I'm taking my sweet ass time because this is the most people I've had in chat in a long time, so it's kind of nice to just gab and talk about stuff. But back to Fates, your question. I'm totally fine on backseating, but you guys have to be fine on sometimes if you give me a suggestion and it is the right thing to do, I might just straight up not pay attention to it. Sorry. I think that's kind of the thing, is like, I love a good tip, I love a good backseat. I'm still in charge. I'm in the driver's seat, so if you don't like the music, we can change that, but I'm gonna turn the way I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna call it a shortcut. I'm gonna call it the long way, the beautiful explorative route, if it's wrong. But spoilers too. Like I said, I've played most of the games, so I'm cool with spoilers. But I would be a little bit more cautious with some people. I know certain people in chat haven't played a lot of them. But I'm very much one of those people that, like, I dislike spoilers for other people. Yeah, the scenic drive. We're gonna go the scenic route. They usually don't bother me that much. Because, to be honest, I'll probably forget by the time we get there. So... yeah, alright. I think I'm gonna give our boy 2 maces. He's getting 2 maces today. We're also gonna give him a little interference, though, because he is... I'm still making him a frontliner, which is a choice. We'll see how it goes. The interference hasn't been that bad so far. If it starts to feel icky, then we'll definitely make some changes. Yeah. I like that. Well, thank you, Deckard Pat, for subscribing. I'm very happy to see you here. And hey, now you won't have to miss out when ads roll. So, hey, just somebody else to talk to in that time. But yeah, I would probably, I would follow Midnight's call there and just, you know, vibe it out. But yeah, no, I'm usually, I don't have a lot of very strong opinions on that. We'll see how this settles us. We might hate it. How you doing? Thanks for lurking. Happy to have you here. Glad to see you around. I know I have been a little bit in the ether recently, but we're back. We're having a good time, so glad you could join us for a little bit of lurk. Yeah, of course. Midnight, go off. talk your Final Fantasy shit. If I think you're overstepping, I'll let you know. But also, we're chill here. We're very chill here. If you couldn't tell already. If the chill vibes don't emanate off me like the cat vibes do. Fates, that's really interesting. Oh, I wonder. The ambush rate's based on Furion's agility and nobody else's. That's really interesting. Yeah. Look. Neither is mine. Also, I do want to preface in chat again. I am not inferring anything about anyone. In my chat, there are only gender-neutral terms of endearment. So girly, gender-neutral. Dude, gender-neutral. Man, gender-neutral. So, just grain of salt when I use any gendered language. Thank you for the confirmation on the NES version info midnight. Yeah, and that's the other thing, Nim. It's very much... It's not like we're playing a brand new hot off the presses release, so I see what you're saying there as well. Guys, talking about memory. Talking about memory. I've made so many jokes about how bad my memory is. It used to be like a running gag with my group of friends that I cannot remember anything. If you try to make a reference about something around me, I will straight up, eyes gloss over. It could be one of my favorite things. You could be referencing Buffy the Vampire Slayer or the Dresden Files, and I'll just be like, uh-huh. That's an interesting thing that you've just said. That's cool. Yep. If you guys notice, I could probably... This is to the comment on the spell Fear. If you'll notice, I do have a tendency to sort of stray away from a lot of the... Ooh, pardon. A lot of the specific spells, the very specific ones, because so many of the games have such a variable relationship with what spells actually work, and like how they interact with enemies, that I usually try to kind of stay with the tried and true spells that I know per game. And like I said, I don't really do a lot of like research before I start playing one of these. That sometimes it might just be a little infuriating to watch me not use a very good spell, insofar as I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not. I think you'll see that too in some of my one gameplay footage where I'm like, look, I'm not sure if this is gonna work like I think it is in this game. It missed. I don't know if that means that it's just not gonna hit or if it can't hit in this game. Like, there are just a bunch of like little things, especially because of every game having 100 different variants, that you sort of get into that territory of unknown spell effect, unknown, like hit rate, stuff like that. It's just, it's very much in that zone. I'm gonna have some cures happen. We gotta get some cures on this table. We've been a little stingy with our healing magics. Because like I said, I did not have a good time the last time I did this, 1,000 years ago. Ooh, 4 monks in Final Fantasy 1 sounds fun as hell, though. I love me a monk. I think I said it in that essay. I have a soft spot for monks. I love a good piece of beef. So an all-monk build sounds fun as hell. Hello, Devil's Cry Kuzunoa. Welcome, very glad to have you. Super glad to see everybody here. Hope you're having a great day. I'm gonna read through the rest of the chat because I got a little lost in the sauce here, and I need to do some healing outside of this battle. Because I got lost on 4 monks. 4 monk build for 1 sounds fun. I would 100% play a 4-monk build. Midnight, I would like to make more jokes about beeping me, but I don't think I've ever said that as a serious string of words. That's a good fine wine label for a person. Also, Nim, 100% on the min-maxing the fun out of a game. That's why I'm kind of just like, I'm vibing here. I know I'm not playing optimally. I know we might have to take this back, but I'm just having a good time. I'm just playing Final Fantasy and having a good time. No one can take that from me. Not even Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, I was gonna heal, and then I got distracted by chat. Yeah, 4 white mages for 1 sounds like a nightmare. To be 100%. Actually, because early weapons, early access to that much cure potential. Oh, you son of a bitch. People be out here quoting shit from Buffy, and I will never in a million years. Never in a million years. And it's so sad because Buffy the Vampire Slayer is legitimately like 80% of my personality. So, for those of you that don't know, now you know. Also, Nim 100% true. And that's one of the other things that I do really like about this game. Is that at the end of the day, if you're willing to just grind it out, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Not whatever the fuck you want, but you know, a decent amount of stuff is doable through the power of man. Ooh, God. The Chaos boss fight was actually pretty... It wasn't that bad when I played through. It wasn't like the worst thing ever. I think the first time I played, I did play with a lot of mages, and it was a bit of a bitch. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what the frick, you know? Can you Asuna paralysis in this one? I don't think so, but I'm gonna try it. We're here, we're having fun. We're gonna learn something today. I'm glad one guy ran away. One guy wasn't having it. I haven't used a multiplier on any of them. It's just not my speed. I get it. It's a good way to amplify your games, but it's not. I didn't pay attention to the Asuna. Did anybody pay attention to the Asuna? I'm gonna assume it just doesn't work on Paralyze, which is fine. Ooh, of the first 6... that's a rough one. Of the first 6, let's see. Fair. Midnight, I think that's fair, especially because one does have a hard lock behind a gill. Like, you do have to pay for something that blocks the rest of plot. Let's see. Sorry, I just want to look at Final Fantasy IV for a sec. Which one? Because I believe Final Fantasy IV I like a lot. Oh yeah, it's Cecil and Golbez. Yeah. But out of the first 6 is interesting. Sorry, you guys got me in a little bit of a hole now. Can't be paying attention to you guys. I gotta be paying attention to the Final Fantasy. Yeah, no, 5 does have my heart, I think, out of the first 6. I think out of the first 6, 5 is my favorite. But it's for character reasons. It's straight for character reasons. Love 5, love 9. I think that it kind of gives a vibe. I think anybody who does is in that, like, 5-9 camp is very... Look, we'll get to my rankings. We'll get there. Everything I say now, this is nothing. This is words in the wind. We'll get to the actual thoughts and opinions soon. I'm gonna make all of these bones cold. But I also do, like I said, I love talking about these games, so it's really fun seeing everybody else's opinions on, like, where they rank stuff, what they like, etc. 3 might be higher, that's interesting. That's interesting. I think we have very different opinions on the first 6 games, so I'm very excited to see what you think when the next couple of videos come out. That's very exciting for me. Please, thank you. Oy, this is... I have not been paying enough attention. That's the thing, is the plot in 2 is very fun. IMO. I think the plot in 2 is growing on me a lot more than I thought it was going to. A lot more than I thought it was going to. I really thought I was gonna play back through 2 and have the same disdain for it that I did the first time. And I don't. I'm having, like, a very, very different interaction with it. Alrighty, I am gonna run to the bathroom really quick, so I will be right back, but you guys can keep enjoying the tunes of the dreadnought. And, I won't be long, I promise. She said, not quite sure if she was going to keep that promise. No, I do promise. I'm usually pretty quick. I'll be right back. Seems like you guys had a lot of fun while I was gone. Also, Nim, just saw your comment on that short. Very happy. I mean, not happy that you cried, although we've been over the fact that weeping is good. It's good for you. Hey, butts. Hey, butts. Thanks. Thanks, welcome. Thanks. Yeah, eventually, look, eventually we'll be talking about meds, we'll be talking about mental illness, that's just name of the game here. But let me catch up on chat real quick, she can talk, and then we'll get right back to it. We'll get right back to it. Yo, I'm so excited to talk, once we get more into the games, about some of the ROMs and some of the crazy shit that has happened throughout the series. Very excited. I mean, like, even just the 2 to 4 to 2 to 2 to 4 to... That's gonna be a fun thing to talk about. Very fun. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I couldn't say bye to Nim. But very glad all y'all could join me. Yeah, hi Goopsy91, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, no, that's the other thing too with some of the Final Fantasy guides. They're a little bit wildin'. They're a little bit all over the place. Some of them. Some of them are whatever. Like, that's the thing, is, like, 9's my favorite. I probably would still want a guide if I was gonna try to plat 9. Okay, anyway, back to it. Well, awesome, Goopsy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I did post that like a week ago, and I really wasn't expecting as much love and support as you guys have been giving it. I'm like just really beyond ecstatic. Just really happy to be making cool shit and talking to cool people, and you know, just having a really good time. Like I said, it's way more chill here. We're not nearly as produced as we are in our videos, but here for a fun time, a couple of laughs, and talking a lot about nerd shit. Yeah, most people did. It was really weird. I went from 8 subscribers to however many it's currently at within like 48 hours. So, really cool. Really glad to see y'all here. Just genuinely having a good time. Yeah, look, I don't think there's any harm in using guides. I make jokes about it because, like, I used to hate it, and I used to think it was, like, morally wrong and inconsistent to use guides. But the fact that, like, so many games, especially older games, hey, we love moving fast. We love when you find them, and they're streaming, and you come over and you hang out. Alright, let's return to the field. And heal up our fucking parties so that we don't die by accident. Would be great. I'm gonna be using ethers later on, so I might as well train up Maria's 1 cure. Hey, now she's cure 2. Great. Exactly. Like, I don't care about the guide thing anymore. I think especially because, like, guides used to be so much a part of gaming culture. Like, the fact that we don't have printed guides anymore, really, like proliferated printed guides, is a really interesting thing due to the propagation of information on the internet. And I think it's a really interesting how that plays into video game culture overall, and sort of like the culture of sharing information in communities. I think is really cool, really interesting. Yeah, exactly. You're definitely, like, it's always been kind of anticipated that you're going to be receiving some kind of supplementary material if you reach a point in a game where you can't get past it. And I think what I think a lot of hardcore gamers neglect is that it's an art form. It's an art form that everybody's intended to enjoy. And some people aren't gonna get it. Like, some people can't grasp some of the steps that you need to get through to get to certain things, and that's totally fine. And, like, I use that shit all the time. Yeah, because it's again, also with, like, not buying physical games anymore. Oh, I'm on a whole tangent. Without buying physical games anymore, not getting, like, a manual or a book in it takes so much away from the player. The fact that they don't have virtually downloaded, like, game manuals that come with a digital purchase is, like, we're now missing a piece of media. And I think that's really interesting. Anyway. Yeah, games are for fun. If you're not having fun, you're not playing right. And that's the other thing too, is, like, a lot of strategy guides had, like, art and, like, really cool insights. I don't know, it's just really interesting. It might be something that, like, because I love to collect knickknacks, again, if that's something that y'all couldn't tell. So I very much could see myself doing something like collecting guides in the future as just like a hobby for specific games. You know, and it's really funny too, it's, like, nice getting to, quote-unquote, like, hear people reminisce or reminisce with you guys, because like I said, I was not around for a decent amount of like video game culture up until 2014. So, yeah. We had some work to do. We had some backtracking to get done, for sure. I think the Game Pass thing recently happened with something that we had saves on, so I both feel them, and also you need to understand there's a learning curve. Then again, as somebody who's played a lot of very picky's the wrong word, volatile's the wrong word, specific ROMs and emulators, sometimes those weren't exactly safe either, so I think that is just a lesson you learn over time. These kids these days got it too easy. Thinking Game Pass is the future. I have my issues with Game Pass as well, but that's a story for another time. Alright, we're moving. We're moving again. We're making progress. And not just standing in a hallway somewhere. Down over there, then that's where Sid and Hilda are. So I'm gonna start over here. Valid. Deckard valid. Yo, the Steam Deck purchase in our house was one of those things that, like, we were like, I don't know if we're gonna regret it. Like, it seems like an expenditure that we're not sure we're gonna need or use. The Steam Deck is... I like the Steam Deck. I'm a fan of the Steam Deck. Again, I don't think that's a hot take, but I did just want to share my opinion. And it is, like, just a really nice piece. Yeah, well, have fun grocery shopping, Goopsie. And thank you for the lurk. I love a good grocery shop. I don't do well with crowds or people, but I love a good grocery shop. I don't know what it is. It's usually very specific times as well. Like, I'm not out there on a Saturday enjoying grocery shopping, but give me a nice Monday afternoon grocery shop? Ooh la la. Excellent. They actually seem worth it this time. I haven't completely depleted my potion store already. So we're significantly doing better than we were last time. Last time was a little touch and go. I'm sure I'll put that VOD up at some point. Speaking of, when I was recording stuff for 1, I got to the end of the game and I did just kind of want to get the rest of my footage out, so I didn't play a decent chunk of it on stream. So I don't have the last bit of my 1 playthrough, like, there's no, yapping. So if we wanna see my chaos battle, maybe we can do a little watch here and watch how weird and goofed I played 1, and then I can put that up, but we might be almost out of VODs for 1 at some point soon. Okay. Frick. Ooh, speaking of copies of Ocarina of Time, I'm not sure if I finished Ocarina of Time. Yeah, now we're no longer on a friends limitation here. You're fully on a business model. We've started a plan. I bought ethers for a reason. Stop being so finicky. Speaking on another series that my husband holds near and dear to his heart that betrayed him his opinion. I'm sure we'll get into the Legend of Zelda of it all. Thank you, Deckard. Thank you. I thought so as well. Speaking on that, that is, I very recently said I wanted to watch more of the Fast and Furious movies, because they seemed like a fun time. I think that's a direct quote from me. Out of nowhere, basically, also. Let's see. Yeah, we can have Guy do that in Asuna in battle. If he gets around to it, he might not. Probably won't. He's trying. Hell yeah. I usually do diversify our topics, so if we want to talk about movies, anybody seen anything good recently? Looking forward to anything? I could not say enough kind words about Deadpool and Wolverine a while back. Very obsessed with that. Haven't really been watching any movies recently, or shows. I'm a huge Dropout girly. I love Dropout. We've been trying to get up to date with their Never Stop Blowing Up TTRPG. And I've been watching a lot of Taskmaster recently, actually, which tracks for the person that I am. I have only seen Alien. And don't worry, my husband was also offended by that statement. So we are going to eventually binge watch the Alien series. So I'll get back to you on that once we hit that. And hey, it's pretty spooky. It's a good spooky season watch. Look, I love the original. The original's great. Yeah, exactly. We'll do a little spooky season Aliens watch through. That'll be fun. What do you guys... That might work. On mines? Let's see. Fire on mines? Decent. Ow. Son of a bitch. It's alright. Like I said, we are doing significantly better than we were last time. I think by this point, last time, I did not go and prepare and get a bunch of potions. So I think I was like out of healing capacity and out of magic at this point already. Because I just wasn't playing very smart. It was also the first time I had been back to streaming in like a month. Just over a month. Because we went and we took a little vacation, which I'll be posting shorts about, and I was working on that video. So I'm glad I got it out. I'm glad I got y'all in. But yeah, so, I feel bad because I feel like I've given up my spooky season credentials. Yes, I am aware that you can see chest item in each area. That is something that, in 1, I'm so fucking pissed. I did the whole game, and then I was trying to figure out what chests I didn't get for the achievement, and I opened my map to just start looking through areas to decide what order I was going to be going back to them in to double check for chests. And then my ass opens the menu one more time, the map one more time. And I was like, it's been telling me out of how many this whole time. It's... Fuck. Yeah, so I do think that is very nice. I do. I agree. So yes, I do know it was a hard fought... That was a hard fought piece of information that I learned. Just by being dumb enough and not looking slightly lower on my screen. You love to see it. You do really love to see it. Oy. You opened the iron gate. Oh no. Oy, 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 I should have healed Furion. Yeah. Agree. I agree, Devils. Okay, give me 1 second. Cool, cool. Yeah. No, yeah, that's one of those spoilers that, like, 100% don't keep to yourself. Because if I didn't know that, I'd be pissed as hell. I'd be... If I didn't know that, like, she didn't know that before 2 months ago. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, no. Furion, I meant to meet you at Kashan Keep, but things didn't go as planned. I'm sorry. Thank you for coming to rescue me. That's fine, lady. Let's save the thank yous for later. I'll head for the airship with the princess. I don't remember what voices they gave them. They're just getting distinct voices. You find that engine and toss the Sunfire in, got it? I'm gonna get that airship ready for takeoff, and I don't plan on waiting around long. Cool. Bye! Yet another instance of I open a door and everybody runs away. Is it because I'm stinky? Is it because Furion is stinky? Rip, Furion, I'm so sorry you're so stinky. It's dumb, it's not even funny. I'm having a good time. But it is like the third instance of that happening. Let's be real here. Why must you blind me? I haven't played any of the Chrono Triggers, so that's definitely something on my list. Y'all will also learn very quickly that I have a very long list of games that I want to play. But hey, if y'all are all here to hang out and play games together, then we'll get there. Excellente. Really just looking to get this dreadnought done today. I was so fucking pissed at myself. I was so angry that I got very close to finishing this and then soft locked myself. And I should have just tried the boss, but instead I was like, I'll just run back. It won't be that big of a deal. Son of a bitch. It makes so much sense too. Like, I do really respect the fact that you cannot leave the dreadnought once you start it. I love that. I really do. I didn't on Wednesday. It made me upset. But it's fine. It's fine. Alrighty. Magic, please. Sky. Yes. Thank you. I need more beverage. Midnight, I love that. I get those all the time where it's just like, this person... I love the Facebook emails that are just like, did you know people still post here? And it's like, yeah, if I wanted to see their post, guess what? I would be on your platform. You don't have to email me telling me one of my friends made a statement, but thank you. But, you know, just a reminder in case you forgot. It's like you've been Facebook friends for 15 years. It's like, what if you forgot that you guys were friends and all of a sudden you were like, shit, I gotta go send him a Facebook invite. Gotta go friend request him. The hottest thing everybody's going to do right now. And then you were embarrassed because you realized he's already a friend. And then what if you like went to his page and you accidentally hit unfriend because you saw friend and you were like, oh my god, Facebook's really looking out. Facebook's really looking out. Facebook. I love it. I love how bad Facebook has gotten recently, and they are not even pretending. They're not even pretending that it's not a problem. But then again, you know, like, I guess if you've had the same CEO for however long, you've had the same team for however long, I'm sure they're not exactly... Oof. Oh no, that's rough. That's rough. That I cannot stand. It feels like if you block someone, that is the message. You've received the message. We don't need to talk about anything. We don't need to discuss anything like adults. We've reached the conclusion of that discussion. RIP. I apologize, that sucks. I apologize like I did it. Like I went and made this person's Facebook account for them. I did, I'm sorry. I didn't know what it was for. I've also never done that. As like somebody who has... I don't think I've ever blocked anyone, to be honest. But I do believe I have been... Have I been blocked? I'm trying to think on it now. Absolutely. If you don't word for word right, we don't need to discuss anything now. Back to Fast and Furious. Wrong. That's the wrong response. But that is the right choice. If somebody is making an attempt to reach back out, that is the right choice. Telling them you'll take serious in real world action is, yeah, that's always going to be the best course of action. But I mean, for the memes. For the memes, Midnight. For the memes. I am gonna go get a seltzer, and I'm not even gonna bother putting up a BRB screen, because it's gonna be like 10 seconds. Was I right? Was it 10 seconds? Ugh. I have hoarder tendencies, so Exactly. I don't deserve a welcome. I didn't put in the effort. I don't deserve it. Fuck. Turn a liar out of me. Yeah, that just means we'll try for our personal best next time. As long as it's under 11.4 seconds, golden. But yeah, I was gonna say, if you couldn't tell, I definitely suffered from some hoarder tendencies, so I totally understand. I empathize quite heavily, Midnight. But damn, does it feel good to throw things out. I think the longer you hold on to stuff, the better it feels to eventually, like, scan it, take a picture of it. Like, you could pry the screenshots and pictures. Hey, Prez. I'm glad you're back at it with the 100% certified bangers. If you get what I'm saying, if you catch my meaning. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Thanks, Mom. Not you, but, you know, others. I've gotten a lot better. It's one of those things, too, where it does feel better once you learn to let go. But like I was saying, you can pry my, like, 8 billion pictures of things that I have thrown out of my cold, dead hands, but fortunately those are stored in the immaterial planes, so I don't have to worry about them. They're not a problem. At least not yet. At least not until Google tells me to pay them more money. Yeah. Yeah. The rest of us have some semblance of control. Some. If you think I'm not toting around at least one clear bin full of stuffed animals to every place I move, you're wrong, but you know, I could be worse. Prez, I'm exactly the same. Not only did I back up my pictures when I was changing my phone, I saved a copy to my desktop, and I won't delete them. I have 3 separate copies of all of my pictures because I nebulously worried about them. What if something were to happen to them? I took them. I love them. I have to start cleaning out some of my shit, though. The Steam collection, Deckard, is a different thing entirely. I could probably call you Pat. I don't know. If you guys have preferences, let me know, but like I said, I usually just take the first word in a username. Jesus. Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know. If you can gauge them by before or after child, that's how you know your pictures are aging. Like, aging. I think I also have a 3% storage left on my Google account, Ma. So I feel that. I feel that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go with Pat, because you specified. I'll try to remember anyway, we'll see. I thought your God-given name was Jesus. Yeah, see, Ma, not all of us can make those claims. Some of us have had our Google accounts for like, to be fair, one of them is older than a decade. Ah, so the Jesus name change came later, got it. Understood, heard. Oof. Yeah, Midnight, I think you just got into it with, the quote-unquote wrong kind of people. Ma, if you keep saying you're old, I'm gonna ban you. I'm gonna put you on temporary pause from being able to chat. You know, that is bridging on scary territory of behavior. Yeah, I'll put my mother in timeout. I'll do it. You've seen the side of that hammer before, Prez. By accident, but you know, it happens. How doing, by the way? I didn't ask you how you were doing, Prez, because you did kind of just, come in here with a banger like usual. It was an accident. I thought it would be a haha funny joke, and then I did it by accident. I felt so bad. You know what, though? 50-50 is good. Not great. Not optimal. But, so-so, either or. Take it or leave it. It's better than the negatives. Yeah, get on that. Stream it, loser. Or don't. Keep it for yourself. Like a little treat. Also, midnight, that's crazy. I mean, to be fair, not to be that guy, but good luck getting cops to do anything, given circumstances. But hey, having a reaction, that's already steps ahead of, a lot of people. Also, what demo, Pris? What a lot of people can get out of a cop. Oh yeah, here's the pit, the dank pit full of men, as everyone has on their airships. Don't you love when you get on an airplane and you just see their dank pit full of men? Not passengers, just a dank pit full of, I don't know, some guys. Also, Prez. Yeah. The masculine musk of the dank pit of men. Okay, okay. Yeah, why haven't you played it yet, loser? I was gonna ask if Saki played any more 14. Cause, we're all caught up and it feels bad not playing 14 all the time anymore, and I'm definitely probably gonna throw it out on stream every once in a while. Just do like maybe even like a Saturday afternoon or something crazy like that. Final Fantasy 14 stream. Well, I hope you get to it if you want to, but I also totally understand. I'm 100% one of those people where, especially one, if I've looked forward to something, that can so demotivate me to do it. But also, like, it's very much, like, you don't want to play something that you've been looking forward to if you're not in, like, the space for it. The space that, like, you don't think you're gonna receive it well, or, like, it doesn't even have to be that. You know, like, sometimes it is just, like, either you wanted it too bad, or, like, whatever it is. So I'm totally there. I see you. A new MMO, you say? Something else to throw away 800 hours of my life on? Ooh. Throne and Liberty? I've seen ads for this. Because my internet knows that I enjoy MMOs. I'm always tempted to give an MMO a try. I don't think any is gonna catch me quite the way Final Fantasy XIV did. Yo, Midnight, I totally get it. I didn't think I was gonna be into MMOs, but it's just, some of them are so accessible, for lack of a better word. Like, I've played a decent amount of MMOs that have no subscription cost, no monthly, no, you know, like nothing like that, so really all you need is an internet connection to play, and it's, you know, semi-endless content. So again, as like somebody who did not grow up with a load of games and is kind of just like learning and getting into the scene, an MMO is a very, very accessible way to do that. I used to exclusively play MMOs by myself. In fact, for I think 1 week, I didn't tell my husband that I was playing an MMO that took up like a majority of his time. And I did not tell my friends that I was playing that MMO for months. I think until I had like an on-level character. Oh, I've never played Once Human, to be fair. Mm-hmm. The secret grind. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. No one can know you're bad at the game if you don't tell anyone you're playing. Because I used to be super self-conscious about being bad at games, which is also very funny. I don't think anybody should be self-conscious about it. It's a skill. It is a skill, and it's also about having fun. So if you're like having fun and learning, there's really no harm in that. But I used to be really, really self-conscious that people would know I didn't know how to play video games. Yeah, if you can't make an ugly character, then why play? Like, even in 14, you can make some awful looking character players. Yeah, that's fair. You're not wrong, Press. You're 100% not incorrect. For those of you that have not seen me play fucking, Red Dead, you don't know. Oh, Helldivers are not fun. And I think that's part of it tonight, is like as soon as you accept it and you suck it up. A whole little bit of my YouTube video? Thanks. That's all I can expect from you, Prez. Thank you in the flesh. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for showing up and showing out. I'm glad you liked it. Obviously, we're playing too. We're gonna get that video up at some point vaguely in the future, but till then it'll be a lot more VODs and shorts. But happy to have you. Hope you're gonna stay for a while, have a couple laughs. If not, feel free to lurk, whatever. Yeah, you did. You 100%, you said YouTube and it popped someone into existence. I mean, considering I think almost everyone here found me via YouTube except for you and my mother. Might have. Mm-hmm. Midnight, I've seen the same shit. And it's like such a cool... Again, YouTube has its own set of issues. Set of like weird little enigmas. But the algorithm is a huge one of those big little enigmas. And I think it's such a strange formula that they've sort of settled on as far as content and what they recommend to who. Cool in the flesh. Glad to have you. Just happy that other people are here. And hope you enjoy. And, you know, be fun. It would be weird if you found me through YouTube, Ma. You're 100% correct. Hey, nobody on the internet needs to know whether or not I proceeded YouTube, okay? Alright? Nobody needs to know that. As far as they know, my face card does not decline. I could be 18, alright? Alright? I'm not struggling with aging. That's a joke. That's a joke. I really have no opinions about aging, but I thought it was a good bit. It wasn't that good of a bit, but we're having fun. I'm having fun. Biscuit in the clothing store. Biscuit, beauty. I don't think I've seen the Biscuit Lady. I'm gonna be real. But I will, I'll throw a Biscuit Lady video on in a little while. On my own time, obviously. We've got stuff to do. Those are the other 4 chests, I forgot. Yeah, no. We're not out here for bangers today. We're not trying to break any burp records. But thank you for keeping up with the scores. Don't know where we'd be without you. Hey! Excuse me, sir. I thought we were doing great. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. How are you? You're right, Prez. I really should be pushing my burp records. I got you, Ma. I got you, Ma. That's very good. That's very good. I'm sorry I haven't hopped into any of your streams recently. I did sort of just disappear for like a month and a half. Even more impressive. Add more years and it doesn't make it less impressive. Virality is also a funny sort of mistress. Oh, actually I don't want to do that. There we go. That's better. Yeah, disappeared, been doing a lot of editing. As you saw, I posted my video in you guys' Discord before it kind of like popped off a little bit. So, hopefully some people grabbed it, got a couple laughs. If not, no worries, just happy to be a part of that little community still. I mentioned earlier, because we're thinking about possibly doing some play together or play club sort of situations. Eventually I will be getting my Discord actually up and running this time, and that's not an empty threat, unlike last time. So hopefully we can have a little shared base. We can, you know, what, I don't know. Words are hard. But thank you. Just really happy to be enjoying some Final Fantasy again. It's comical the amount of Final Fantasy games I put into my system at one time. Just the fact that I am currently playing 4 separate Final Fantasy games. Favorite character in a game, period? Ooh. Oh, I think that's actually easy, though. I was like, that sounds really difficult, but I do think it's easy, I just need to look up her name. While I'm looking it up, if anybody knows theirs off the top of the dome, I think everybody should share their answer to Midnight's question, favorite character in a game. Just any game. Look, I'm sorry, I'm dumb. It is easy, I'm just dumb. Fair. One of our friends currently, well not currently, we put that Pathfinder game on pause, but on pause. One of our friends did a very like Kamari-coded character for a game we were recently doing. Arn is a great one. It was really funny. Our party happened to just kind of be very 10-coded by accident for that Pathfinder campaign, and it was really, really fun. That's not even surprising, Prez, but thank you for sharing. Honestly, and this is gonna come off like weird, because I'm not I love all of the characters in Mass Effect, so if I really thought about it, I might choose a Mass Effect character, but I think Parvati Halcone from the Outer Worlds is my favorite. But as far as like favorite characters in Final Fantasy games specifically, I do really love Y'shtola from 14. I love Quina from 9. I love, oh god, what's the pirate's name from 5? But yeah, I love all of them. Well, thank you. How you doing? I'm glad that you chipped in for a little while, said some hellos. Very happy. Thank you, Ferris. Yes. So like those are my specific Final Fantasy faves. But I think Parvati Halcombe from the Outer Worlds, or insert character here from Mass Effect, because I love most of the Mass Effect characters, except for the humans. The humans are boring as shit. Prove me wrong. Change my mind. I dare you. Oops, not across. Thank you. I'm far more partial to that one with the... I was gonna make a very specific joke, but my brain is like Swiss cheese, so I can't make any specific jokes about any franchise ever. But yeah, haha. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, the little moments of reprieve from my own voice when I just get to listen to Final Fantasy bops. It's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah. No, yeah, that's one of my favorite facts about the Asari. Where it's like you actually don't, you fully don't know, because it is, yeah, it's all about the beauty of the... I love that. That's one of my favorite things. I absolutely love that. God, I love Mass Effect. Oof, I want to play Mass Effect again so bad. But I got, so my Mass Effect save, I got almost to the end of the third game. Granted, a lot of people will say I am better for not having seen how the games ended. But I probably was about 5 hours out from the ending, if not a little bit more than that. And my save file got corrupted, so I do not have my 3-game save anymore. Yeah. So I've never finished it, but people are like, did you really want the red v blue choice? And I was like, I don't know what that means, I haven't finished the game. But I mean, I guess, I don't know. Did I not? Glass boy with his robo crush. Ah. Oh, yes. Of course I did. Of course I did. God. Well, look, if you have any interest in Mass Effect, we'll probably be playing it, because I love them so much, and I would really like to talk about it, and I would like to talk about... A lot of people have, though. A lot of people have dissected, like, what happened to that franchise and why it sort of all fell apart, so I do think it is kind of well-trod, but, it's still fun. It's still a fun, little thing to revisit. Canonically, the Krogans are my favorite. So did everyone. And it's unfortunate that, you know, is what it is. I love them. I love, like I said, I love a good piece of beef in games. I love be dumb punch things. Be dumb punch each other. 0, cool, yeah. 7, yeah. Fire 5? 144, you love it. Nerd. I mean, look, I love all of them, but the Krogans are my— oh no, what the fuck? Furion died, I was not paying enough attention? It's fine, I bought a bunch of Phoenix Downs for this very, very specific incident that I saw coming because I don't pay enough attention while I'm playing. This is fine. This is all fine. This is all fine. This is all fine. Please don't immediately kill him again. Please. Hey. Look, Midnight, the more I play this game, the more I see your side of things. The more I see the 99 supremacy. The fact that I opened a chest that could have been monsters without healing Furion. What is she thinking? What's going on in here? Very little, apparently. We're in the zone where just using high potions is viable. I'm in gauche. Monsters. It's funny, I think I pronounced all of that exactly the same as I did last time. Who did I give the main gauche to last time? I'm not sure. I don't think it matters. I mean, it does matter, but I don't think what I did last time matters. Like, some of us are just born to make really avoidable mistakes, and we like it that way. Well, have fun, Pat. I can't say I've played, but it sounds fun. Yeah, that does sound like a lot of fun. Enjoy. Yeah. Just recently talking about strange and wonderful multiplayer online experiences, so you know. Can I just say, like, y'all are all really cute. I'm very happy that, you know, I don't know, I don't want to keep saying that, like, I'm happy you guys are here, but I just, you guys all seem real neat. So, I'll keep ya. Oh yeah, why did I attack instead of cast my measly level 1 blizzard at him? That would have done 6 more damage. Fair, Midnight, fair. Yeah, that comment was 100% directed at you, Prez, and you know it. You absolutely know it. I love dual wielding swords in this. I really like the optimal. I don't think is very good. I know, like, a lot of guides tell you to use shields. A lot of guides say if you're not using shields, you're playing this game wrong. Not a lot. A decent amount of guides say if you're not using shields, you're playing this game wrong. And I think it's the fact that I am partial to a glass cannon party. I think I myself am just too partial to a glass cannon. And it makes not having glass cannons It's still fun. I just don't enjoy it as much. I'm such a DPS supremacist. DPS IMO in like most things. Like in 14, it'll shock no one to know that I used to main monks and then I started maining Pictos. And I started maining a Picto before I knew, because I picked it up at launch, before I knew how insane the oh god, what am I saying? The DPS increase for Picto versus every other casting DPS class. It's since been changed, obviously, but for a while it just felt really nice to be on top of that curve. Loved it. Alright, let's equip some new stuff. I hate that for you. I absolutely hate that for you. So we're gonna change it. I'll give you a trident. Nah, I like the sleep blade on you. I like... Okay, we'll do main ghost sleep blade. Maybe. Soon we'll have the... Oh, we have the dark bow for her. It didn't auto to the dark bow, which is funny. Hey, so a good person to have in the upcoming months when 4 is very much going to be on the table. Yeah, no, I for this one very specifically, I don't love, I mean, I think it's the system. The system does not, like, swords in this system doing damage in this game in particular, especially with how punishing some of the random encounters can be. You're good. Okay. Alright. Get out of here. Totally fair, Midnight. Again, like, that's kind of why I came around to the fact that guides are, like, really good and really fun for a lot of things. And, like, actually are just, like, entirely beneficial to playstyle and enjoyment. I'm glad I came to that realization. When I played through 9 for the first time, I think if my husband wasn't backseat driving with a guide in hand so that I wouldn't bumble into missing stuff, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. I still would have enjoyed it. I love 9. Don't get me wrong. But there was very much an element of making sure that nothing was completely absent-mindedly missed. Well, that's why it was very helpful to have somebody else reading it and backseating for me, because having someone just able to, like, he's already played the game, so it was like he didn't have to worry about any spoilers or anything. He was just like, I'm just gonna go through, find all of the necessary important information, form everything together, and then whenever you're gonna leave an area without doing something, I am going to yell at you, and I'll just be like, wait, cease and desist, turn around. If you leave this screen, you will lose this opportunity forever. Always shout out. Always shout out. Perfect. Yeah, no, it's such a fun way to play a game with another person, like play a single player game with another person. Because I've done similar things for him for stuff, I just don't remember what. I think more along the lines of, oh god, we just call it Matt Mercer and Matt Mercer Simulator. Look, if we're getting into lefts, other lefts, we're gonna... You and I are gonna be on a similar page for a decent chunk of things here. Alright, magic, guy, Asuna, blind, no longer blind, anybody in dire straits. No, we're doing pretty good, we're just gonna need those ethers. We're gonna need to swig a little, do a little swigging. And at least it's a very visual, pointing is a very visual tell. So at least there's that. I love that. And it's also very indicative of her communication style. Which I would say is frenetic. That's all, yeah, it is not good when you're driving. My husband knows I do not give directions because my sense of direction is garbage, is non-existent. Is I would get lost in a parking lot if somebody wasn't watching me. So, you know, he very much knows that in designated navigational areas, it's all on him. It's all on him. I can occasionally help, but I'm not, ain't good at it. I don't think anyone here was offended. You're all good, Minate. I mean, I assume. Perez, if you have any objections, feel free. Yeah, I think we're all good. I mean, don't know if you want to be using that language in front of my mother, but... That is a joke for anyone who does know my mother, who has probably the most intense mouth honor of any of the people I know in real life outside of myself, and I wonder where I learned that one from. I wonder if she'll chime in, or she's too busy doing stuff. The Waypoint Costco. I just imagined it being like your like flame, so if you ever like, you know, yeah, teach your kids proper language, teach them all of the fun expletives to use. Then you just show up at your local Costco. Sometimes home guides you right to it, and sometimes home is a Costco. We're still fine. We're still fine. We just got a lot of fighting to do. This is where I kind of gave up last time, so... Yeah, it's just the middle section, but you gotta fight your way through at least one or two dudes to get there. Copy. Yeah. Good. I'm glad you have somewhere you can call home. I mean, you can't beat that if you can eat it. If you can't eat it, it's kind of just a sad state of fact. Which, for those of you that are new out there, I'm a vegetarian. I have been from birth. I'm sure we'll talk about that more at some point. It usually comes up, weirdly enough. It's not like I eat 3 meals a day or anything. We're doing a lot better today. I'm very happy to see it. I'm gonna argue I was getting my sea legs back. I was getting my stream legs back, I was getting my 2 legs back. You heard President Jesus. Go to his holy land and home of Costco. Oh yeah, they don't disappear from the map. You gotta find your way around. I forgot how this one works. Yeah. I remember that. I remember the CEOs coming to a bout due to I'm gonna flee from this fight just because I don't wanna do it. I don't wanna do it. That was the best, like, handing over the reins I think I've ever seen. When it's just like, if you change the foundational combo that is so important to me in the culture of this brand that I have cultivated, I will end you. You'll never get a job again. Meanwhile, we have other CEOs standing on the laurels of, you can cut me from this company when we've established that there will never be unions. Oh, uh-oh. Haha. Schultz call out. Howard. Howie. We've got to have words, bud. Look at those stunners. I don't think I've gotten through Mega Golem. Thank you for the sub. Happy you're here. I'm not sure with 8 how much I remember. Very fun. Sounds like an Olympic sport prize. You should try to get it into the 2028s. It's like actually impressive. A fit of skill and strength. And wit. Really working out the whole body. Okay. I do not like these random encounters, Sam I am. I do not like them nor give a damn. You had to get the rhyming scheme in there if you're gonna go for the master. She's hit her 2.5 hour mark, so now it's just gonna be gibberish for a little while. I hope everybody's having a good time. You bitch. Fuck. Yeah, I get it. I gotta go around. I get it. I get it. It's a maze. It's part of it. Oof. I'm gonna get it. I do understand mods being the only one that can backseat. Oof. Instaban that's, I mean, look, if you're really that insistent on not having spoilers, I get it. I get it. I can see being there. I can see wanting to enjoy it firsthand as like a first experience. But also, like, I accidentally had 7 spoiled for me. And it was impressive because I had managed to get through my entire life up until that point without hearing basically anything about 7. And I was watching my husband play through it at the time, and we were like, I want to say a couple of hours from like the turning point in 7, if you know what I mean. And one of her friends was over and spoiled it for me. Of course, Ma. Yes? But that's a lot of them. Because, 5 has one. Yeah, I was gonna say 5 has one. I think... Oh gosh. I'm trying to think of the other ones. But yeah, there are more than a few that does come back in a couple of the games. Final Fantasy. Progressive, what can we say? Yeah, but, you know, I can think of at least one other, which, you know... Yeah, no, we know. One of the best plot points. Hands down. Oh yeah, you're fully out. I forgot. You have nothing as far as MP yet. Fire 6 is good though, we're getting up there. Not great. Oh, it's not bad. I want to hear, Midnight, if you have opinions on the 7 remake, because I have a lot of opinions, and so does my husband. And I want to know, like, or, you know, this is to you, Midnight, and really any other of the, like, Final Fantasy fans in chat. I want to know what people's opinions on the 7 remake are. Again, we'll get there. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do it as an additional video, like an amendment video, the same way I'm going to do, like, X2 and all of the other sort of, like, sequel light or, like, have the same characters happen in the same universe thing. I mean, Perez, if you have opinions on the 7 remake, I would also love to hear it, but, you know, I know we've definitely talked about it, I'm pretty sure. I've at least gone off on tirades, while on stream, so it's not the most surprising thing to hear from me. Fair, okay. Yeah, that's kind of, that's where my question was going, Prez. Like, the two comparatively. But like I said, there will be plenty of time for that discussion. If nobody's invested or interested, we'll live on that hill for a while, I'm sure. Because I have a lot of opinions. Yeah, it is hitting that time. It is hitting that time that eventually you're gonna get at least a little bit of spoilers poking out. It has been out for a minute now. I have opinions, but I have opinions on everything. So look, I don't wanna spoil anything. I'm not gonna, we'll get back. We'll get back to it. I'm trying to think if I have had a movie spoiled for me. I'm not sure if I have. Again, like I said, I usually, if something has been spoiled for me, I'll forget before I actually see the movie in question. Oh, I had Fight Club spoiled for me. I was in like a club at school. We were talking about books, and somebody brought up Fight Club and then immediately spoiled it, and somebody's like, what the, what? That's great. I usually try to be careful when leaving a theater, to not do too many spoiler-heavy things, but again, your girl can talk, so like, it does sometimes kind of just accidentally happen, where I will just say something, and, you get looks, but usually also we're seeing movies at really weird times, so, you know, the R-rated crowd isn't usually going to see their 10 a.m. movies. Oh yeah, Kefka does say that cross-dressing is one of his hobbies. Thank you for that. I'm glad you went back. Yeah. 4 also, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the check. Same, I'm also a big Fight Club fan. I think Fight Club's a great book and movie. Yes. Yeah. Learn something new every day. God, I also can't wait until we get into the ability to discuss, like, villains v villains and, like, what they share and how to compare and contrast them. Because Kefka is obviously, like, one of the villains that people remember super well and super fondly. Like, I feel like all of the villains, like, you have your Chaos stands, you have your Golbez stands. Like, I feel like every villain has... Oh yeah, Chuck Palahniuk or whatever. If you did not know that there was a Fight Club book, and you are unfamiliar with Chuck Palahniuk as a writer, I would recommend, with the caveat that, like, you do have to kind of look up trigger warnings for some of his books before you pick them up, I would recommend them. Because let's not be coy here, some of his books are really explicitly gross in, like, a body horror way. Like, some of them are just really... They're a lot to take in. A lot to handle. I had a friend in high school who was, like, reading them and, like, actively talking about them pretty much all the time, and it was really funny. Did I? No. Okay. Because we had some queasier friends with upset stomachs in our group. Midnight, was it secretly Edward Norton the whole time? Okay. That's crazy. I didn't know that that had happened. That's a really interesting piece of, like, pop culture lore. That's so funny. I mean, granted, in the grand scheme of things, that's, like, not what the movie is about, but it is the, you know, eye-catching plot point, for lack of a better word. Okay. We're almost there. We're doing it. I could imagine. Can you imagine, like, just the feeling. You know, like, your stomach must completely drop to the bottom of your body after the thing that you've been promoting and protecting forever and want people to go see. And then somebody just says it out loud, is like, here's the major twist of the movie, to so many people. Ugh, I couldn't even imagine. It feels bad. Like, I feel like I'm gonna get heartburn thinking about it. And people thought Tom Holland was a problem. Yuck. That's not surprising. There's no more litigious industry than the film industry. As somebody who worked in and around that area for a minute, I can 100% confirm people in the industry look for reasons to sue, so it's unfortunate, but expected. don't know why I did it that way, whatever. I think this makes sense. No harm in popping our ethers now. Which are here. I forgot I bought so many, which is nice. That feels right. That feels good. Not great, but it feels good. Do we have any just potions? Did I buy any just potions? Yeah. Comparing it to the Titanic is so funny. Comparing it to a real-life historical event is so funny. That, I feel like I've heard that quote before, but I don't think I knew the context for it. Alright. Fucking stunners, dude. Little mice. Get out of here. I made a comment last time that I was like, wow, they're really not gonna pass inspection on this ship here, but then I forgot that, like, the Emperor's like, no, everyone should have some Hellbeast companions. That's what we want in our new empire. Everyone should have a little demon friend. Furion's knife leveled up. Excellent. Good enough. Teddy Kaboom Live. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. I really enjoy putting stuff up, so I'm glad that people are responding well. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Thank you for enjoying the vibes. They're pretty much gonna stay the same no matter what. A little bit frantic, a little bit chill, a little bit all over the place, kind of just existing. So yeah, very glad that you're here. Very glad that this has been such a fun stream. Today's been such a fun stream. I'm so excited I get to meet all you guys and chat, and it's just been really nice. Alright, you see the Dreadnought's engine. What are we gonna do about that, gang? We're gonna throw some eternal flame in it and blow this shit up. Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. I'm absolutely ready. Yes. You throw the sunfire into the engine. What have you done? The engine! Yeah, I threw sunfire in it. That voice. There's no time, Maria. The ship will blow up any minute. We can't focus on the fact that it may or may not be the only other person whose identity we know but position in the world we do not. Huh? We have to get to Sid's airship. I hope you don't die again, maybe my long-lost brother. Goodbye. I'm gonna snooze this ad break because we got action happening. I love blowing things up in Final Fantasy games. Wow. How beautiful is that? But to watch a bigger ship explode beneath your smaller ship. And then we fly into the sunset, and we never think about Leon ever again. Oh yeah, no. I do love that I think it is all 5 floors. Just so you know, like, it wouldn't be realistic if you didn't show that you escaped all 5 floors. Sid really just did the drop off. He's like, alright, I'm gonna keep the engine running. Bye, gang. That could be nice. I have a friend who was one of the people that worked on the 9 voice pack, not the 9 voice pack, the 9 voice pack that somebody put out. So, I mean, like, even just that could be nice. I agree. I also think I recently saw somebody put out, like, an op-ed about how everybody's been clamoring for a 9 remake, when realistically, like, a 5 or a 6 would be more in line for a remake, like, remake potential. And I honestly think we should just not be remaking them, but yeah! Hey, Jen. Welcome back from soup time. Welcome into party hours. I'm gonna go take a nap. I drank all those ethers, which was a little bit of voice, but it's fine. Is what it is. If I need to grind out more ethers later, that's okay. Bye, me. I'm just glad we did the dreadnought. I mean, I would say soup parties are better than post-soup parties, but I think post-soup parties are up there. We did the dreadnought, gang. We did it. It only took us 3 hours, which it shouldn't have. It should have taken a lot less time, but we had fun! Wasn't that so much fun? Now let's go talk to the only survivors of this town that got exploded. The princess is safe and well. I wish the same thing were true for the king. The princess is safe and well. I wish the same were true of the king. I wonder how many people are gonna say that. The princess is safe and well. I wish the same thing were true of the king. It's just terrible. The king's condition has taken a sudden turn for the worse. Yeah, I have a lot of... I keep saying I have a lot of thoughts. The memory system, I just genuinely hate. I, like, just genuinely don't really enjoy it. It's... Yeah, they all rehearsed. They all knew. Well, I mean, they've been sitting here waiting for the princess to come back, so who wouldn't? But the keywords being voiced could be very, very high-key camp. Very high-key camp. Blew up the dreadnought, did you? I always knew you had it in you. Don't you lie to me, you piece of shit. This man's been out here fucking blowing up my shit, telling me I ain't shit. And now he's like, don't worry, I knew you had it in you. Fuck you. Anyway. Yeah, no, the memory system is fine. I like it for its, like, newness and its... Hey, no, you were the one that was being rude to me. And you said the same shit, it's fine. But it's... I like, in one of the earlier scenes, I left before I let Hilda info dump about the dreadnought. And I had to turn around and come back. And it's like, I get it. That's fine. But it's just... It's just whatever. It's just a whatever system. It is interesting, though. We'll talk about it. We'll get there. Gordon, Minwoo, and Furion, that kid whose name I'm surprised I remember. I have one last request to ask of each of you. Please, listen carefully, but not of Hilda. Where's your daughter? She came with us. Gordon, you've grown so strong. I want you to lead our army. Do all you can to help Hilda. My liege, I swear it on my very life. all true points. Minwoo, you know of the legend. The legend speaks of the ultimate magic that has been sealed away. The seal may only be broken when the world stands at the brink of destruction. I believe that time has come. Do you agree? Oh, I forget what voice I gave him. I do. Something like that. The time to break the seal binding the ultimate tome is upon us. Furion. Oh no, that's the King of Fin again. Furion, I would have you go to Deast, home of the dragoons. I was told that all of the dragoons were slain in an attack by the Empire. Yet I refuse to believe there are no survivors in so noble a group. Please go get your fourth party member, since Leon was a little shit and totally didn't die on that exploding dreadnought. I am convinced, if we are to stand up to the might of the Empire, I am convinced we'll need the dragoons and their wyverns. First dragoon of the series. So that's neat. If you combine your efforts, the day of our victory will come. This I ask of each of you. Take care of Hilda. Your Majesty. Rip, King. Rip. We should save our tears for another time. We must carry out the king's last wishes. We each have our duties. Let them not go unfulfilled. Let's go find the series' first dragoons in Deast. Deast what? Prez, you weren't here to make a Deast nuts joke. We're heading to Deast. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Yeah, look, you weren't quick on that draw. Someone had to make a Deast nuts joke, and it was gonna be me this time. Hee hee. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat. I was paying attention to the plot. Loser. Wow, way to be a supportive friend. Loser. I don't like how Hilda's reacting. I think Hilda's having a nervous breakdown because her father perished. Were we supposed to talk to Hilda first? Rip if we didn't. Rip. Just like the king. R.I.P. We've lost our king. Who said you could sit here? Didn't you just say we need to separate because we need to go do stuff? And then you're like, just take a little break, kick back. When the Emperor first moved against Deast, we dismissed the attack as a mere skirmish. Nah, it's just Prez. The rest of you guys are usually safe from my ire. Prez, though. Prez I want to roast like a good little peanut. And don't worry, I only do it because guess who fully flamed streamer in this chat? But the Emperor feared the power of the dragoons. He meant to wipe them out. I'll learn dragoons. I'm gonna ask about dragoons. Some say the dragoons can speak the... I don't know why this is his voice now, but it is. Speak the language of the wyverns. I'll learn wyverns. I'm gonna ask about wyverns. If you go to Deast, you may find wyverns that yet live. Ooh, yum. Enjoy the pizza, and enjoy the lurk. And yes, if I am still going, but we'll see. We'll see. Because I really wanted to get done with Dreadnought today. We did that. We successfully did that. So I might wrap to go decorate for Halloween, because I feel like I gotta put my Halloween card in if I don't decorate soon. Because it's spooky season. Yeah. Prez, I'm sorry. Somebody's gotta bear the brunt in chat. And it's you. Yeah, I'm very excited. I very much want to decorate for Halloween, so I do think if I want to do that, I should should hop off soon and go decorate for Halloween. You should visit the port of Plume and seek out a ship to take you to Deast. But we can also make our way to Plume first and then log off to go decorate for Halloween, because Plume's not that far. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Plus, I'm having such a good time with you guys. Alright, we made a fair amount of progress. We, some unknown teens from a destroyed village, are, you know, making a name for ourselves in this war. It's true. Prez, you do a lot. You lift a lot in this community. Oh god, I don't even remember what you did, dude. Do you? You made some joke. You said something disparaging about something. I'm sure I can find it in the VOD whenever it happened. I just don't remember what it was. And it was literally an accident, I would like to add. I would like to preface this discussion. I don't think I've ever blushed so hard on stream, because I was just like, oh no! I've made an enemy today! Yeah, I was gonna screenshot it and send it to you as a joke. And then I just accidentally hit the button, okay? Alright? It was supposed to be a haha funny joke. Alright. We're at Plume, guys. Which is somehow still standing. I'm proud of them, proud of these pirates. Ye be looking for passage to Deast, are ya? Will this be your lucky day? Just so happens me ship was about to leave for Deast. Be wanting a ride? Yeah, it's probably some nerd shit. Doesn't this seem a little too convenient, Furion? Maybe it is, but there aren't any other ships going to Deast. We're just gonna have to trust her. Well, hello, Spinkles. Me name's Leela. Unless you're playing a different translation, then it might be Rila. Hi, you wanna come up? You wanna say hi to chat? Oh, you're so snoozy. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. So everybody who hasn't met her yet, say hi to Sprinkles. She has a little Chaos Battery emote that's supposed to look like her. She's a big baby, and we love her. I'll be waiting outside the city for you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're set to go. People are saying hello to you, Spinks. Alrighty. I think we're gonna save and we're gonna call it for today. I really did want to just get through the Dreadnought again, have a nice easy peasy Friday, but like I said, until we're done with 2, I will be streaming at least twice a week, probably more, to try and get a jump on the editing process for the next video. But this was fantastic. Thank you guys all for coming out. I hope you guys had a fun time. There will very much be more of this, so if the vibes are right and you guys are enjoying, like, definitely come hang out for a little bit. This was super fun. I know I keep saying it, but it doesn't stop being true. If you need to, have a little motivation, drink some water, eat some food, take care of yourselves, and I hope that I see you guys next time. You wanna say bye, Spinks? Bye, Spinks. Say bye. Alright, gang. I'll see y'all next time. This was fantastic. Bye!